Hey everybody, hope everybody is blessed. I wanted to make a quick video. I've tried to shoot some videos in the past couple weeks, and I'll record, a session. This is on a digital camera with a memory card, and sometimes I'll shoot a video and kind of proof watch it and never publish it, and I wonder sometimes if it would be good or bad to post those videos. Some of them are just rants, and I go, you know what, I might not want to put that on YouTube. But one thing of encouragement, there's a fly in here. I don't have an air conditioner in my truck, so I have to leave my windows down a lot, and then flies make their way in here, and then I have flies in the truck. But one word of encouragement, yeah, it's D&B Tiger. The other day it dropped down to 18 zeros, 7.5, and I didn't think it would come back down that low. Some people would say retrace, correct, consolidate, whatever the term is for what happens after you have these rises in price. I didn't think it was going to come back down, and so it's really a buy opportunity, obviously. Well, now it's back up. It's probably up 50% since then. So it's exciting to know that you have a blessing right around the corner. Timing is everything with God. And I have a hope that we're going to see some good things happen in the next couple weeks. The only thing, I had a person who I met through the channel. She reached out to me, and I was talking to her and gave her some testimony about my life. We were sharing, and I said a prayer for both of us, a prayer for her, and then she called me back and wanted to share something, and I was hungry, distracted, and trying to be a good, I guess, listener and friend, and some of the things that she was bringing up, I started telling her basically that those were like turning over stones. Look, kind of like let that chapter of your life go in those things. There's a lot of people in the church, Christian community, who are talking about a season of exposure. We've been in you could call it a season of exposure, but we're living in a new paradigm, y'all. It's information overload. Most people are addicted to their cell phones. So I was talking to this young woman, and I just started going off. Like, I'm kind of sick of YouTube videos. I'm sick of YouTube prophetic words. I'm sick of smartphones. I'm sick of television. There's so much garbage in my household. I observe many people that have an unhealthy relationship with their phone, which causes unhealthy relationships with people. Years ago, this girl, bless her heart, I just started going off. I wasn't trying to be mean to her, but keeping track of what the enemy's doing, of Satan. I'm sick of people talking about transgender. It's like noise pollution. It's bombardment. And when you have a thing, like a phone, I don't know where my phone is, I got a flip phone. When you have this thing in your pocket, or it's on your bedstand, or it's in your car, or it's in your hand, and it's always with you, what is the filter? Who determines what comes through the feed on the algorithms when you search? I'm just talking out loud, and so I'm in a season now where I told this woman, I'm sick of talking about what the devil's up to. What is God up to? All I really have is my testimony with God. Without Him covering me and leading me daily and reassuring me, I would just be a basket case. Most people would not understand what I'm doing with my life, and sometimes I wonder. I'm very disorganized. I've had things accumulate over the years, stuff, tools, clutter, equipment, inventory, and as a prepper, a lot of that is storage, food, things that are, essential. I've got all this clutter, disorganized. My truck is full of, I got duct tape, cable ties, a bee brush, this for brushing bees off, headlamp, coffee mug, my prophetic blessing mug, adjustable wrench, razor. I mean, there's stuff. I got a pipe wrench. I got a machete. I just killed a snake the other day with it. Killed another snake with a broomstick. I got a bee hat. Just stuff. Cluttered. And I'm just going in circles going, Lord, I want a helpmate. I want money to hire a helper. I want financial freedom. So what do I want? I don't want to talk about, my life is so broken. What the devil has us doing is talking about all these other people, gossip, slander, condescension, condemnation. I condemn that behavior. Judging, pointing fingers, and parrots talking about what other people talked about. You got echo chambers. And all this paradigm comes through the phone. And this poor woman, when she unloaded some stuff on me, I unloaded some stuff back and said, I want I don't want to turn over rocks to find scorpions and snakes. I'm tired of exposing darkness or people exposing perversion. What is good? What is lovely? What is noble? What is worthy of praise? The Lord is. The Lord. Well, that's a generic statement. You got to go into detail. What is so great about the Lord? He's a genius. That's one thing. He's a genius. I got people concerned with so many different aspects of faith, and I'm a mess. But at least I know that the Lord's a genius. He showed me a vision of Albert Einstein at a chalkboard. And I heard the word come to me, following in the footsteps of Albert. And it took me a while, and I realized the Lord was saying, the world attributes genius to the image of Albert Einstein. If you see a picture of Albert Einstein, most people would say he's smart or he's a genius. If you see a picture of what Jesus was supposed to look like, which, how they all look the same, in a man walking around in a robe, if you see a picture of Jesus and show it to someone else, you don't think genius, You're not thinking, that's a genius. And it's kind of a play on words, genius and Jesus. We got brothers on YouTube saying, if you don't call him Yeshua, then he doesn't hear you. I say Jesus. Jehovah Witnesses are saying, if you don't call God by his name, he doesn't know. Jehovah, Yahweh. I'll tell you one thing. How many languages are there in the planet? You don't understand 299 of them, but God understands them all. If you believe the gospel, no matter what language it was preached, I don't think God cares if you say Jesus or Yeshua. I don't think he cares. Because my name in Spanish is Miguel. Miguelito. Hey, if a Mexican calls me Miguel, I know who he's talking to. So I'm sick of all this debates. I want life, y'all. I want a wife. I want children. I want land. I want trees. I want to host people at my house. I want company. I want to have dinners. I want to invite people over. I want to be able to teach. I want life. I don't care if Bud Light's being boycotted for a transgender psyop. And this flood of information, disinformation, it's intruding in what life is and was supposed to be. And the biggest irony is that I am almost full-time into crypto. It's a daily thing for me, and I have to draw the line. I don't use, a smartphone to shoot these videos. I don't have a smartphone. I draw certain lines, and I don't even know. I'm not saying anyone else should do that. The Amish people don't have cell phones, you know, and I think that's pretty cool. But where I'm at, I mean, where God's led me, I need a computer. To, you know, I need access to the internet. But I also need access to God and the gifts that He gives. And I've been sick and tired of the political movement in Christianity. At face value, there's this brother on Christian radio. He says, he's a radio host, it's far more important what goes on in your house than what goes on in the White House. But yet, any toxic news that comes out of the White House usually gets deposited in your house. It doesn't have to be so. And I don't have the answers to, I'm just posing questions and ideas. And I know I've had some miracles happen lately where God is showing off and He's proven that He's a genius. And I'm ready for this breakthrough. I'm ready for this breakthrough. I'm ready to meet my wife. I'm ready for something new. I'm ready to build and not tear down. I'm ready to gather stones instead of scatter them. I'm ready to organize, and I'm ready to receive and not just think that I have to be performing, or I'm ready to receive from God. And I don't know. Hopefully this message can encourage someone or somebody who's expecting, someone who's been in a tough season, someone who's waited on a promise, someone who's been in conflict because of a promise. I don't ever want to play a victim role, but on a farm, you always have things to deal with. They call it husbandry. Animal husbandry is a concept that most Americans don't understand. It's the animals that provide for your house. You take care of them. And it's like they're part of your family, but you don't treat them like humans. You respect, you honor your animals because they're a blessing and they're a gift from God. Well, I shared what happened with Abby's eyeball, and somebody, blesses God's hammer, he said, Abby looks like she needs a spa day. Get her a bath. And I'm like, I need a spa day. I haven't had a day off. I wanted to comment back to him. I'd rather just say it. Abby ain't getting a spa day till Michael goes to the beach. Sorry. She can get a haircut. My mom usually cuts her hair. But I've been sort of married to my garden. I had chickens. It was every day. My goats, my dogs. I've got 6 dogs that I'm responsible for. My mom helps me with one. You know, I have to worm them, feed them every day. I don't worm them every day. I feed them every day. It's hot. The water. Uh, I've got about 40 goats that never stop eating. I have some I need to sell. They were getting out, squeezing through a fence, and I thought I could do something else to solve the problem, and it didn't work. So now I'm running a barrier, a second barrier around the whole fenced-in area to keep them from squeezing through. They've destroyed several of Mike's trees and stripped them, and so I went and bought replacements. Then my goats destroyed some more trees, and I'm just kind of like going in circles. I've got bees I've delivered and raised splits, but nothing that I'm doing is even coming close to making an income. Not even close to support me, a wife, or a household. And I prayed 2 years ago, said, Lord, will you show me a job that will fit into my schedule, that will help me? Because I was scrapping, and I was burning both ends of the candle, always a day late and $1 short. And God's been providing. God has been providing, but I don't really have a surplus that I can't afford to sustain a household, put it that way. That's why I live with my mom. When I said that prayer, God showed me crypto, and He trained me. He used Dogecoin, and since then I've learned a lot. I've seen a lot go on in the market. I see how there's been many different narratives. There's many fallacies that you can fall into when you're into crypto. You can be all about meme coins, or you can be against meme coins. You can be all about XRP or all about Bitcoin, or you can be an Ethereum maxi. And I might have to be married to the land and married to my animals, but I'm not married to any crypto, right? It's a means to an end. There's a prophetic word now about buying and selling and trading and being ready and to be active. The only way you can really do that with the right results is to have experience, the proper training. God would have had to prepare you for that moment, and then you still need the daily dose of God's grace and revelation. I was making a joke to a friend of mine. I was doing a daily dose of BNB Tiger. When I would trade in or out of something, I would try to get my daily dose of BNB Tiger. $40 here, $100 there. And, some people, I've accumulated little by little, for the most part, by the grace of God. I had some windfalls where I was able to get more than little by little. There's been a couple of successful stories of my crypto experience, because generally speaking, most people, if you bought 2 years ago or a year ago, you're down. If you've been holding XRP, you're down. If you've been holding Luna Classic, you're probably down or break even. No, in the wealth transfer community, there has not been any life-changing wealth transferred yet that I know of from the prophetic coins. So the prophetic coins that most people talk about have yet to perform. And that can be a handicap, because God's revealed something, we can make assumptions and draw conclusions. So the prophetic coins, I'm calling prophetic coins, which BNB Tiger is one. It did run earlier this year. Now, I believe we're about to enter into the season where prophetic coins are going to start generating that life-changing money. I think it's very close. It's basically upon us. You'd have to already be in position. God would have already have had to condition you for you to be capable, competent, and reliant enough upon Him to make it out. To make out with success, with profits. There's a lot of people. Well, people will say your education in crypto is going to be expensive, meaning you're going to miss the mark so many times or make so many mistakes. It's going to cost you before it's over with. Whether you took profits too early, whether you didn't take profits and watched it go up and come back down. There's infinite permutations, whether you knew to buy something but hesitated, or whether you were too compulsive, bought all at once and then it went down. I mean, it's infinite. So even with this understanding, training, there's so much that we don't know that God can always reveal it. So the analogy I use is, if God is the professor, you got to keep coming to class every day. You need perfect attendance. If you're in crypto, you need perfect attendance. You need to make yourself available to hear from the Lord every day, or you need to be kind of like in a setting where you got to be able to hear from the Lord. You have to be able to. You can get on YouTube all you want. Then you have to discern, is this person speaking from the Lord? And even if they are, you've still got actions, right? You've got to make the decisions. You've got to pull the trigger. So YouTube encouragement's only going to get so far. We actually need God to literally tell us what to buy, what price to sell it at, and what to put it into next. And so that's me talking. I'm ready for the finance, for the money is a tool, it's a weapon. I'm ready for that. I'm ready for a home. God told me crypto trading was my job. And He gave me a vision basically to reinforce the idea, not only to remind me, but to show it's bigger than what I thought at first. It's even a identity in His kingdom. You know, we have identities in God's kingdom. Maybe you are an intercessor. Some people want the title apostle, teacher, servant. You know, we can all be servants exercising our gifts, but God has bankers, and there's farmers. A mother, a father is a title. To be a father to the fatherless, or to your own children, to be a real father. To be a husband, that's a title. A banker, investment banker for God, that's my title. And if you saw my life, you'd say, you'd either believe me or think I was, self-induced delusion. But I know what God showed me. And I'm just praising God. I'm praising Him now. I'm going to do my best to publish this video. If I don't have anything else to give the Lord today, I want to give his father, I think it's Father's Day. My father passed away over a year ago, and so someone told me it's Father's Day today, and you know, I miss my dad. I think about him when I'm able to really dive and think about what he's done for me, the experiences he gave me. We bumped heads a lot. I don't think I ever made my dad proud. And so when he died, I was angry about not ever being able to make him proud. I didn't get that chance. Some people will say different things about, well, he'll be with you, or he'll be your guardian angel, or he'll be able to see you from heaven. And I wanted him to meet my wife. And I wanted him to be at my wedding, and I wanted to go fishing more with my dad. And I wanted him to look at me and be able to say, you know what, you weren't crazy, Michael. And that didn't happen. So now I've got the Lord alone as a father, and he's been really doing a lot. And he's been patient with me, and I've been impatient with people, and I've been easily provoked. And I don't know if I'm beating myself up. I know I can do better. I want to be gentle with people, and this poor girl that I aired out all these frustrations. That doesn't do much, But I am tired of the intrusions. I would love to be able to spend a day, one day, around a group of people who didn't have a phone looking at some video. The irony is I'm shooting a video. I would love to be able to sit at a table and nobody have a phone. So my aunts, when they come over, they always pull their phone out. They got some video they want you to see, or look at this, or look. That's the world we're living in. So because I'm in crypto, I'm on the internet every day. I would love for God to bring me to a place where I had more structure and more discipline. I know there's a lot of parents out there with kids that I don't know how they do it. They create the structure for their kids, for their families, and they never get a day off. It's that's you got to draw your strength from the Lord to live a good life this day and age. You really have to draw your strength from the Lord, and you have to be restored. But I just want to praise the Lord. He's really poured some things out to get me in position. I think he's done that for a lot of my viewers. I say my viewers, for the people who are watching this video who know the Lord, and you know that he's been getting you in position. This is a really good time for the children of God who are called to steward this wealth. And my best friend had a dream that he and his, well, no, his wife had a dream, and he said she never dreams. So this stuck out. She knew it was from the Lord. And they were in a royal court, but they were like peasants in rags. And all of a sudden, and sort of like in the blink of an eye, they went from rags to being dressed as royalty, and they had this, I don't know if it was an audience or a group of people that, I don't know if they were servants, but my friend said his wife just knew that they would be able, that God was going to bring them to a place like a Joseph, where you go from a dungeon to the royalty, to authority, being like a governor. God is about to transfer authority to people. Wealth without authority is meaningless, especially godly authority. So, my friend's wife's dream, this was recent. She was very excited because she believes God's about to do something, but that they came from the bottom, and the Drake song started from the bottom. Now we're here. Once they got in that position of authority, they'd be able to see the people that were under them, so to speak, with compassionate eyes, knowing that they once were, they wouldn't forget where they came from or where God had brought them from. So just be encouraged. I want to praise the Lord about all this for what he's doing. I want to keep my eyes on that, and I'll just bless everybody today in the name of Jesus. And I hope this blesses someone.